So after 25 boxes with Tote, I want to dispel the rumors that you may be hearing in those first impression videos and give you my honest pros and cons of what you will love and what you will hate about Tote. There are a ton of videos out there that give you an overview of what Tote is, exactly how it works, exactly what you get in your box. I'm not going to go through all of that. Basically, just a high-level summary is Tote is a subscription box where you get a unlimited supply of clothes each month, and basically you get a box, you wear the clothes, and you send everything back. You do have an option to purchase things, but it's not the premise of the program. So that being said, there are some pros and cons that I want to talk through with you as someone who has been with the company for a while. So I was kind of reminded of this because I got my most recent shipments in yesterday. This is actually an outfit that I have from Tote, this necklace here and the shirt I'm wearing. So first, let's start with the pros. So I think the most major benefit of Tote is that you get a essentially unlimited supply of clothes in your closet. You can try out all different types of trends, different styles of clothes that you may not want to actually purchase. You can get things for special events, or if you're somewhere where you're seeing the same people every day and you want to sort of mix up the clothes you're wearing, it's really easy with Tote. You get essentially unlimited supply of clothes. So that's definitely the major benefit, number one. Number two is you don't have to do any laundry on the clothes. It definitely makes things super easy. You send back your clothes totally worn, dirty, and they will do everything for you. So that's really awesome. Obviously, if you get some sort of stain on your clothes that's like more serious, they can charge you for that if you don't buy their special like insurance. I've never done that, but I've never really spilled anything on them, so just something to keep in mind. The next thing on the list is I would say that everything I've gotten from Tote has been really good quality. The actual clothes themselves tend to be nicer brands. In some of the initial reviews I had watched of Tote, people said that the clothes were smelly, stinky, sweaty, gross, had stains on them, were inside out, were wrinkly. Personally, I have never experienced this. All of the clothes I have personally gotten out from 25 boxes have been clean. They've been, for the most part, like not wrinkly. I mean, sometimes they're not like totally pressed like perfectly, but they've been clean and good condition. I've never had anything that's been like overly worn. I will say for most of the time you can tell if the clothes have been worn. They're not like perfectly pristine like you would see in new clothes for the most part, but neither are 99% of the clothes in your closet. I mean, everything is worn after the first time it's worn. So for me, that doesn't really bother me. It's never been anything where I've been like embarrassed to wear it or anything like that. Nothing's been like shrunken or anything like that. Overall, I've been very pleased with the condition and the overall quality of the clothes. Also, what I really like about Tote is the app. They have a really easy to use user interface. You can see all of the clothes you like things by putting them in your closets. And so it's really nice just to be able to easily scroll. It's super easy to filter based on different seasons, different collections that they have. So I really like that. Also, what's been really helpful is it's super easy to put your account on hold. So recently I went on vacation. It was a really seamless process to be able to put my account on hold so you're not being charged during the time that you're away and you're not using Tote, which for me is really helpful. Also, if you just want a little break in your budgets, it's really easy to put your account on holds for an indefinite amount of time. It's not like you're charged like a hold fee or anything like that. Speaking of budgets, I think that another really great thing about Le Tote is it is a fixed monthly price. As long as you don't buy things from your box or like keep things, or you don't add on extra items, it's a set monthly price, which for me is really nice. So I can easily budget it in my budget every month. I know exactly what the price is gonna be. Whereas with Trunk Club or Stitch Fix, I can say like, oh, I'm gonna spend $50 and then I like, the shirt and the jeans, and then it's, $120 or something. So with Le Tote, it's really nice just to know in advance like exactly how much it's gonna be. And I think that's definitely a big pro, especially because it's not like a super cheap subscription. It's nice to know that there's not a ton of add-on fees, as long as you don't keep anything, which yourself may be more or less difficult for you. So those are the biggest pros of Le Tote. There are unfortunately some negatives that I've noticed after using this service for quite a few months now. So the first thing I will say is after a while, you do start to notice some repeat items that get in your box. So of course you have the option to change what you're doing, but after a while, it's like the amount of options that I see open, it's like I don't see as many new things as I would necessarily want. Now, really, that's just me complaining. There's always options for something new, but I will say that after a while, it's like I do start to see repeats, and I have actually chosen to repeat some items just because it's like I haven't seen enough new items. Again, I think that's just me being greedy for like an unlimited supply of new things, but I will say that after like 8 or 9 months, I am starting to see those repeats coming into the play. Second, I will say that probably the biggest con of Le Tote is that not everything is always available in your size. So when you first get on the app, you're browsing, you're saying, oh, I like this, I like that. Well, when it actually comes time to get your box and fill your box, chances are that a lot of those items that you've been eyeing are not going to be available or are not going to be available in your size. So you may be able to get it, but you have to go up or down a size or something like that, or just wait for it to come out in a later box. So definitely keep that in mind, especially if you're using Le Tote for like wedding season or things where you're going to want like one particular outfit for a big event. My next big con is the fact that you really have to consider shipping time in the time of you getting boxes. So I think Le Tote is kind of sold to people as like an unlimited supply, like constantly changing wardrobe. But the thing is like, realistically, you're probably not going to be able to get more than one box a week. I mean, maybe if you literally wear the items immediately after getting them and like ship it back that day, maybe you could get like 5 boxes a month or so, but it's realistically going to take 3 or 4 days to get the box in between each box. Realistically, probably longer than that. Just because once you put your return shipment in the mail, they have to register that they have received the shipment from the post office. So that usually takes a day. Then you choose the items. It takes a few more days to get everything shipped back. And then obviously it takes usually a few days to wear everything. So realistically, you're probably not going to be able to get more than one shipment a week. And for most people, that's probably fine. You're probably not going to need more than that. But, if you have the idea that you're going to literally be able to have a new outfit every single day with Le Tote, it's probably not going to happen. So just keep that in mind before you sign up. My last negative, I will say, is that The purchase price is, I think, a little bit high for used items. So if you see something in your box that you like, you can decide to keep it and just ship the remaining items back, and they will charge you. And they do charge you a discounted price, obviously, because it is a used item. It would be pretty ridiculous if they charged you the full price for an item that's already been worn by like 20 people. So that's a positive, but I would say that the prices that they charge you, they're discounted, but they're not as steep of discount as I really would expect for totally used items. If you went to like a thrift store and bought the same items, chances are they would be a lot less expensive. So that's kind of a final con, I would say, of Le Totes. Overall though, I would say after 25 boxes, I would definitely recommend it. I heard a lot of horror stories when I originally was watching these videos and reading initial reviews and watching initial review videos. Overall, I would say most of that stuff is really just over dramatization. I really love this service. I would definitely recommend it to you. And I think it's definitely worth trying out for a month or two and seeing how you like it. So that's it. Overall, definitely thumbs up for me for Le Totes. If you like this video, definitely subscribe for lots more videos like this. And that's it. Bye guys.